And so since it's a startup, sometimes you have to do more than one thing at once because it's a small company, right? And I think this is good because it gives me the opportunity to understand how different fields work and what can I expect from other areas, right? So that's why it's kind of hard because I'm still learning a little bit, I think. I've been here for, it's going to be 2 years in September, so everything is kind of fresh still.
2 years is you do a PhD, 2 years will just fly by.
Yeah.
And I was having this kind of independent thought about how for PhDs leaving academia, going into industry, startups are a really good environment for that.
Yeah.
Because typically in a startup, you wear multiple hats. You're going to be quite busy. You're going to be learning a lot more. So the transition from being a PhD student where you're wearing multiple hats and tight deadlines and working in maybe a smaller team, going to a startup is a really good way to kind of get the taste of industry with the structure very different, but there's kind of a translation of the structure. Whereas if you go to if you got a job in Microsoft, you might only do one thing, and that's a really, really sharp turn. So I'm a big fan of startups for that reason. And also I think that with the smaller teams as well, they can kind of vet people coming in a bit better. So you end up with these really, really good teams.
Yeah.
And that's my experience at Scholastic as well. It's been really, really nice change.
One thing that was quite different for me as well is that sometimes in the PhD I felt I was alone, in a way that I didn't know who to ask for help or who I could discuss stuff with. And it was not only part, the problem was not only my supervisor or anything like that. It's a lot about me as well. Because you have this kind of imposter syndrome that if you ask for help, then you're proving that you're a failure or something, right?
Sure.
And something that I had to deal with, especially when I moved here. But that's one thing that is I had a good experience with is that the company itself creates this environment that you can openly discuss stuff. I
Mm.
never felt judged by even saying the dumbest thing possible. And everyone is kind of really open to answer your questions and things like that. And
Yeah.
was quite different from my experience in my PhD.